How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Cotter with us tonight. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
I'm Howard Masher. I'm the lead vocalist.
I'm Zach Lucarella. I play guitar and secondary vocals.
I'm Andrew, and I play the drums. My name's Kyle, and I play guitar.
I'm Ethan Geist. I play the bass. Keep it real on the low end.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for coming on. Welcome to the channel. First question is, I'm sure you get asked this a lot, how did you guys start out Cotter? How did you guys all come together? And, you know, obviously, like the anthology story, pretty much.
You want me?
No. So Zach and I have been friends for 7 years, and we've had a bunch of misfires as far as music goes. And there was a particularly dark part in my life a few years ago. And I reached out to him and I said, you know, let's do it. Let's actually do it this time. And we did. And now we're here. Well, a lot of misfires led us here, but, you know.
It's good timing for us, I guess.
Yeah.
Minus COVID, but we got some more.
He met my girlfriend at the bar, like they were friends, and it's like, oh, and your drums, and I just got this wall of text from Zach. Like, that's what I'm doing, bro. You're drums, like, fucking, I'll be there.
And what about you guys in the back?
Well, I've known Howard forever, and he connected me to Zach, and they invited me in, and then I think it was one after another. It's Andrew.
Yeah.
And then
You
we had
and me.
an intermediate player.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Rest in peace.
Luckily,
And then our boy Shining Kyle right
Well,
here.
yeah, Zach and I have a mutual friend, and he tagged me in the link that they were looking for a guitarist, and I initially ignored it, and I'll always play guitar for myself, you know, just on my own.
I got
And
you.
then he actually screenshotted it and texted it to me personally and was like, dude, he's like, you need to call these guys. Like, I think you'll like what they're doing. I think you'll like their style. And here I am.
but
And they were
Kyle's not giving himself enough credit. We already had our first show booked, and we met Kyle, and we're like, hey, man, can you learn 5 songs in 5 weeks? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And he did it.
That is very sick. Kudos to you, Kyle. That's pretty sick. Like, I feel like that is like the best part about this whole story is that he was just like, yeah, I don't know, man. You tagged me on Facebook. Like, I don't read shit on Facebook either. I'm just like, who's gonna tag? I was just like, I get tagged in like some like meme or something. I'll be like, yeah, I like that. But like, if somebody was like, you should try out for this band. No.
I was like,
Nah.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if they just screenshot it to me and then text it to me, then I'll be like, yeah, that might be a little bit more serious, you know. But no, that's
Push the guy.
yeah. I feel like it gave you that extra edge to just be like, do
I
that.
need to get this out.
And the drummer, I love the whole drumming text thing because I feel like drummers are like one of the hardest people to come by. Like they're in like 20 bands and they're like, well, I guess I could fill like, you know, I don't sleep, so I'll fill in like that 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. slot, you know, with some good
You know, when I
sick
met
drumming.
them, I was drumming for another band. And it's
I mean, I feel like that is about as true as like the sun coming up every day, you know. Like I feel like drummers, you know, they like there's not enough of them, and there's too many bands out there that need drummers. So
Who wants to lug that shit around all the time, man? It sucks.
Listen, I gotta, you know, again, drummers, I gotta give them a lot of respect because I don't know if I could do it. I play guitar in my free time, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to like pick an amp up in like my guitar case. I'm just like, that's enough for me, you know. Drummers are like, I have to bring my sticks, then I gotta bring in this tom here, and then I have like 20 cymbals I gotta set up, and then I got like 7 bass drums, and then I gotta bring the vocalist shit in, and then you know.
These drums set her up too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Grab them stairs.
But that's very cool. I'm glad, you know, obviously I'm sure timing, you know, starting out the pandemic, because I went back and looked at like your Facebook profile and like social media and stuff, and I was like, man, they picked a opportune time to like come back and do shit. I was just like, I felt totally bad because I like looked at the post and you're like, guys, we're like a band again, and it was like February 2020, and I'm like, Oh, that must hurt. I'm like, I felt that sinking feeling in my chest for you guys. I was like, ugh. I was like, I gotta get them on, you know.
We got on our feet and played 2 shows. They went really well, and it was like, fuck your dream.
But I hope you get back out to playing shows. Obviously, things are looking good, so I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and hope that shows will be back very soon, so you can do a redemption of what happened last year. End of summer. I hope so. I mean, I'm going literally through show withdrawal, so I listen, I need to get out of the house that isn't like getting groceries or like going to work. That's the only 2 things that I do now. But the next question, guys, people who are unfamiliar with band and are like, yo, I like what these guys are doing so far, I like the story, what would be a song you guys would recommend to like new listeners to be like, this is the one you should check out, or maybe one that's upcoming that, you know, you can give us a lowdown on?
Clumsy's the one.
Clumsy's the earworm. That's the one that.
Oh, yeah.
That's the earworm for sure.
Is that a collective consensus here?
Yeah.
It's kind of poppy. It's easy to listen to. Kind of captures the style.
Out of all the songs we have recorded,
Or Chicago Handshake.
Yeah,
That one's pretty catchy too.
and then if you like the softer stuff, I'd refer you to Mind Your Head. You know,
Yeah.
and that has a really good energy to it as well.
So does Blackout.
No, yeah, they all have great energy, but I mean, like,
Depends what you're looking for.
slower.
on the each side.
What if we had to pick one
Faster.
song?
It's Clumsy.
Yeah,
Clumsy,
yeah.
yeah.
Clumsy.
I would agree, because I checked that was one of the first ones I think that got recommended to me. Like, I went and just searched on YouTube and I was like, Cotter, I have to see what type of stuff they have out, and I was like, that was like one of the first things that popped up, you know, and I was like, let me give this one a listen, because, you know, I feel like I'm an interviewer if I don't do my homework a little bit, you know. How the fuck would I know what you guys do? You know, you could be like a jazz quartet, you know, that, you know, and I'd be fucking wrong at this point. But I was like, yeah, okay, I'm feeling the like strong pop punk vibe. So I'm pop punk all day, every day. So I agree that it does have that like catchiness, and I was like listening to it at work, and I was like, I can't, like, I'm like humming it, like the harmony and shit, and I'm like, this is too loud, I can't like be humming this shit at work. So so I was like, it does have that like earworm quality, which I love, and I feel like a lot of pop punk artists like just have that quality to it. So you guys fit right at home, at least in my like rotating, you know, roster of artists and stuff. So guys, go check out Clumsy. I'll leave a link in the description. Which kind of leads me into my next question, guys. Who are you influenced by? Who kind of got you started out in music early on, and then who kind of influences your, you know, musical style currently now? And then I guess more broadly for the band too.
Go ahead, you can start us off.
We're all different.
Yeah, dude, we are all over.
That's good. I'm all about it. So hit me with all the details.
So, I mean, I guess for me, as far as writing and songwriting and all that fun stuff, it's gonna be MCR is definitely up there. My Chemical Romance. The Ataris are an influence, and then, you know, for like a little bit of pop feel, Guster is up there. Oh, dude, they're great. You know Guster. You just don't know that you know Guster. Yeah, just right off the top of my head, those 3 are great. Say Anything, probably.
Yeah.
Microwave's a
Microwave,
big
yeah.
one for everyone. Microwave's forever.
Yeah. That's my album blew my mind.
Yeah, for me, I'd say very heavy on Third Eye Blind. They were like
Ooh,
the biggest really influence on me.
What record? Tell me. What record?
But Third Eye Blind has been like especially their first 2 guitars. That's what made me want to start playing guitar. And they play in like a lot of weird tunings that, you know, me starting out as a 14-year-old. You know, had no idea about alternate tunings, and so most of the new stuff that I have written, Clumsy as well, is in like an open D tuning, which they use
very cool.
Some of their songs, and it really allows me to kind of branch out in the way that I play my guitar style. Like, I have a lot of hammer pulls, just with those open tunings works really well. Let's see, Deftones. Also, Taylor Swift is big on like my songwriting.
That's the dirtball one.
Yeah.
How do you go from Deftones to Taylor Swift? That is like, You couldn't
literally
be even this far away, and then Taylor Swift is on the other side of that musical mountain.
And I mean, I like Fish a lot, and it's not common for, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
Honorary Title was a big influence for me. Finch, I'd say those are a lot of my biggest writing influence. And Mayday Parade.
Ooh, yeah.
So my background's like all metal. Like that's my preferred genre. Like that's all I listen to. Like mainly since I was fucking 15 probably. Like the classics like Lamb of God and Avenged Sevenfold. But like some of the newer stuff, like from Columbus, of course, Beartooth. Like,
Yeah.
Fucking favorite bands right now. But honestly, I did not listen to pop punk until I met you guys. And I really like it. Like
That's
I love
fair.
it. It's time now, but like they're like, oh, you listen to Mayday Parade? It was like,
Who's that?
heard that before. I was like, I listened to a couple songs, but yeah, out in left field for me a little bit.
Yeah, for me, I think it would be obviously number one would be my Coheed and Cambria. My favorite band by a long shot. Vocally, what he does, and just on the guitar, and he plays the lead and does vocal. I think
Claudio.
it's like that's like my goal. Yeah, Claudio, that's like my goal for sure. Vocal wise, Taking Back Sunday a lot. I like the back and forth call and response vocals. I like the Used.
Ooh, another good
All
one.
American Rejects. Those are some of my biggest inspirations as far as like sound, chord progressions.
Very cool.
What about you?
Me?
This one's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
This
Mine's
one's
gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a lot of Rancid. Matt Freeman
Oh.
on the bass is just always gonna kill it for me. And then after that, it's gonna be ska and reggae for the most part, with like Streetlight Manifesto.
Wow. All right.
I mean, honestly, the specials did a lot in the Clash as well. I like the old school stuff a lot. That's where my heart lies.
So,
And then, I can't forget 311. Come on now.
Ooh,
311.
yeah.
so funny story. When we were recording our EP, if you listen to our EP front to back, if you really listen to it and listen to the bass is all fucking over the place.
You call it a noodling.
Yeah, he's noodling. And so I had to go back with Zach to go record some additional vocals for a few of the tracks. We're outside, and the guy who's producing us is having a cigarette. We're having a beer and talking and whatever. And I was like, please make sure the bass isn't lost in the track. He's way too good of a bassist to be in this band. And the producer goes, I wasn't going to say it, but...
Don't toot my horn too much. I tell you, I played in a jam band for a while, and we play with a lot of jazz cats when that happens. And some of the people in there are just miraculous. I appreciate the compliments and everything, but oh my gosh, some of the talent that you see in the jam scene is impeccable on some of the musicians that are out there today. And the bass players, honestly, like Les Claypool hangs out in the jam scene actually quite a bit. And then I guess he's going to be just the top tier, but yeah. And I guess he's some influence too, but definitely Peanut from 311, Matt Freeman.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, can't go wrong with him.
I would agree that bass. I feel like I didn't want to say anything either because I was listening to Clumsy and I was just like, who the fuck plays bass in this band? Like, they're nuts. Because I picked up a bass recently because quarantine, we try to learn new things. So I was just like, oh, play bass, because I play guitar. So bass is like their sister instrument. So I could like learn how to play bass like with relative ease. And I was just like, where the fuck does this guy come from? Like, I just need to, I was like fucking floored. So I was like, whoever the bass player is, I was like, I need to ask him who the fuck he listens to. Because I've never, honestly, in like a pop punk band, it would have been the last thing I would have expected. Like, I put the track on and I was like,
That's what they all keep saying.
Wait. Like, when we were in the studio, the producer had to stop at one point. He's like, there's a time to noodle.
Yeah, dude, I came to like try out the first time I come over there, and I walk in, and Ethan's just like, and I was like, oh shit, I'm not good enough. Like, this kid's just like improv shredding on his bass.
He thought we were going to kick him out like after the first round. he's like, this is going to work out.
I honestly thought you guys were like, like chained up the bassist, and he's just like this like machine that just like and then every time you play a show, he's just like, like double hand tapping like behind his back. He can't even see it, doing like a front flip over the stage or something,
One day.
Not too far off.
Yeah,
He is a bit of a machine.
Honestly, that's what I thought. You know, I was like, this has to be like a cyborg or something. You know, like if there was if aliens came to Earth, I would believe that you were an alien. You know, like if you were just like, yeah, I'm not from Earth, I'd be like, yeah, everything would make sense after that. You know. So
I wouldn't even know it.
Anyway, guys, keeping it more current, what have you guys been jamming recently? What's you guys listening to on Spotify, or like current new records you guys have been spinning lately?
I've been going back and like really old bullets, like My Chemical Romance's first album and a lot of their B-sides. I've been going through a lot of those. Microwave's always on constant rotation. In Defense of the Genre and Is a Real Boy, I've been getting back into that. And Baseball. Nice. All three of those by Say Anything. See, beyond that, just a bunch of sad. If it's sad, I'll listen to it. Really, honestly.
I feel that. That right here. You know.
For me, I've been revisiting a lot of the Fred Mascherino era of Taking Back Sunday.
Ooh, yeah.
He's been putting up some YouTube videos lately, and it's been actually quite inspiring to me just to see him break down some of his songs and his riffs. And like a lot of the new stuff we're working on was inspired by just those videos that I watched of his.
Very cool.
Also listening to a lot of Porter Robinson's got new music coming out. Like I'm a huge fan of Porter Robinson, and a lot of King Princess lately.
Ooh, King Princess is fantastic. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I haven't been listening to that much music recently. So honestly, just today I was listening. I think it's Mount Joy.
Ooh, Mount Joy. Yeah, they're.
Flash, bro, man. Like I was working today, and like I've been listening to that. There's some other like popping out like Matt Brannick or I don't know. Honestly, like I ran the new Wage War album, which is fucking badass, but I can't really think of anything else. I've been listening to a ton of 4 Year Strong. Honestly, that Microwave album that Howard talked about.
Much Love.
Much Love. I can't stop listening to that.
Much Love is just too
honestly
good, dude.
I've been listening to a lot of Cotter recently. For the studio. Yeah.
Slight plugs. Definitely plugging my band. You know. Gotta throw it in there. Appreciate it.
I've been listening to a bunch of Bad Religion and Anti-Flag.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of Bad Religion recently.
I'll let you go.
Yeah, the most recent album that I kind of got stuck on was We Are the Only Friends We Have by Piebald, 2002. I really like that one a lot, and that one's kind of had some inspiration for some of the lead guitar parts I'm playing in some of our newer songs.
Nice.
Just the like pop punk roots. I saw them live on my 18th birthday. And,
very cool.
A couple of years ago, and yeah, that I always get drawn back to that one. And then honestly, my other recent plays on Spotify are a whole rap playlist I have, and then Celine Dion.
Ooh, Celine Dion.
Like when I need
fire.
When I need goosebumps real quick. Like,
Celine Dion did My Heart Will Go On, right?
yes.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a bop. Fire track.
It really is, though.
Yeah, for me, honestly, I've been listening to a lot of Mike Pinto. He's like an acoustic reggae artist. Really good, catchy lyrics and everything. He's really easy to vibe with. That passes the day. And then from the jam scene, one band that I honestly love. They're really instrumental, more funk and jazz and everything, but they're called Lettuce. Really cool. Yeah.
Okay, I'll check them out.
Lettuce is awesome. And then another one I've been listening to. Oh, it was just on my tongue. Gosh. I might pop up and say it.
That's okay.
You know what? I listen to like it's like pop punk with EDM. Rez did a song called "Someone Else."
I like Rez.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
I remember
one of the best songs I've heard.
I remember it.
The past 2 months.
The band Days and Days. Yeah, they're like they got melodies and lyrics almost like Streetlight.
Misanthropic.
But it's very like crust punk more than anything. It's really yeah.
Rust.
Yeah, they're almost like they did a tour with like Staza from like Choking the Victim and NDK, if you know who they are. And yeah,
you said that K, dude, MGK's pop punk stuff. Like I was not an MGK fan. He's got dissed by Eminem so hard, apparently switched genres or something.
That's true.
That's true. It's so good.
I'm mad at how good it is.
I can't stop listening to it.
Yeah, it is good.
Also, that new Mod Stun song with Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Zach set us all down after practice. We all had to watch it.
Yeah, we did.
It is very good. So I'll give you the pass on that, Zach. Yeah.
Hopefully that's and hopefully that shows that like pop punk is coming back in a big way. And so, we talked about the timing of this band and how it all started like right before COVID hit and everything. But honestly, it looks like like pop punk is making a comeback, and maybe it is the right time for us to be doing what we're doing. So.
Yeah, I would say that just with music in general. Like I was saying in the other interview I was doing earlier today, I was just like I just need to be at a show. Like I'm in that headspace where I'm like I just need something. I need a light at the end of the tunnel that tells me like, hey, we're gonna do this like festival or this tour or whatever, and like show up. Like I'm gonna be there.
I've been really wanting to rent a flatbed so we can just hop on there, put a generator, hook up a PA, and just drive around the town, play our music. Give people something,
Ethan's not aware of police, but
that's true.
I'll handle it. I'm like, how? We'll handle it. We'll get through it.
The next question, guys, would be a fun one. I'm sure you guys have thought of it before. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh, we've done a cover, man.
Yeah, man.
Zach, tell them what you're picking.
Okay, so for our first show, I wanted to pick a song that people would know and people wouldn't expect, but they'd be able to sing along to. And
We also didn't have enough material for this.
Yeah, we also had to fill the gap.
Yeah. So we played.
had to learn to cover.
We played a pop punk version of "Tearing Up My Heart" by NSYNC.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I can vibe with that. I'm about that. If you guys could pick a new one, if you guys like on the spot, I could think of a new one. You guys are all. I don't know if you've had the discussion. I'm sure you have, but
I've always said "Let's Get Fucked Up and Die" or "Radio" by Alkaline Trio.
This is the house that Doubt built by a day to remember.
Yes.
This is the house.
Ooh.
I like that song. I don't know, man. There's so many. Like, I'm always messing around with covers just to try and like learn new guitar techniques and everything. But I'd always want to do like something by Third Eye Blind. Like their music just does something for me that anything off of their self-titled record. Like I think that just turned 24 like today or something.
And for birthdays, and I know you and I both agree on this, Try to Remember, Forget by Say
I love
Anything.
that song. It's so good.
So good. Off baseball. Ooh. That's a good one.
I just want to do one of those like really butt rock songs.
like a Nickelback track.
He kills it, dude. He'll play in practice. Sounds awesome. I was like, give me like "Follow You Home" by Nickelback or something like.
Creed one day. Be higher.
Dude,
I can act like I'm taking a shit for 3.5 hours. I'll do it right now.
I need you to take me higher, Howard. Just take me higher.
No. See, no, it's high.
There you go. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna throw my voice out. I do this for a semi living, so I gotta keep the persona. Otherwise, I'm gonna sound like fucking Hulk Hogan when I'm doing interviews. So really not trying to do that. I mean, it'd be great. And then my fucking voice would be like this forever, and then I couldn't fucking do anything, like that. So, but if you guys have any covers, suggestions for Cotter, drop them in the comments. I'm sure they'll check it out. Maybe they want on doing it. Who knows? But next question, guys, another fun one. Favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
Euro.
Oh, that's something
Damn,
for me.
that's
something for me.
Euro, no onions, extra tzatziki sauce.
Wow. Those Greek fries, though?
You put a couple fries on there?
No.
They can finish it up with some baklava.
A good burger, medium rare, pepper jack cheese, lettuce, bacon, mayo, side of fries, and a cold beer.
No egg on it?
Can't beat it. No egg.
Something out for a Coca-Cola?
Any sort of Indian food is always good with me. I eat a lot of vegetarian and like plant-based food. So one of my skills I learned over quarantine was how to cook, and I got really freaking good at it.
Those tacos you made.
Yeah, they were.
You're still vegan?
Mostly. Like, I eat some cheese. I eat a lot of freaking Taco Bell. It's so easy to eat vegetarian at Taco Bell. But like when I cook, I don't use any like dairy or eggs or anything like that. But I make a really good stir fry.
I'm so hungry.
I cook stuff that they won't eat because they have like the palates of like 10-year-olds. Like those and Kyle. Like if it's not like steak and potatoes, they won't touch it.
That's facts. I don't know about that. That's facts.
Okay. He's right.
I did not eat a salad for 10 years. Leave me be. I did some.
I tried to get him to eat a grilled red pepper that I cooked on the grill, and he's just like, "No, I won't do it."
Fiasco.
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, it's delicious. He's like, no, I'm good.
They just
Came up
kept
with
pushing it.
fuck that.
Peer pressure.
I will have you know that I have tried more, even though it's only been like 3 occasions. I've still tried more veggies and vegetarian things for you than I have
I love you
anybody,
for that, Kyle.
anybody in my life in the past 15 years. Joke. No joke. Zach's
That's
already
impressive.
made me
Already
eat
at the top of the list.
Big.
With 3.
Yeah, with three.
Exactly.
Not on my list. They're on my list. But
Don't get me wrong, but that's my point. I don't do it, and I do it for Zach.
He does.
That's all I'm saying.
Wholesome.
Mine right now, my food is
Yeah.
yeah. I just recently got a my girlfriend bought me a sous vide circulator for my birthday, so I've been sous videing steak and then finishing it on the cast iron, and man, it's
You know.
Explain
No.
what sous vide is. Explain what it is.
Yeah, and for people I guess that don't know what sous vide is, it's literally just a little circulator that you put in a pot of water like a water bath, and it circulates and keeps it at a perfect temperature. And then, so you can't overcook your steak. It's impossible. And then it makes everything super tender, and then you just finish it on the cast iron.
Super hot
sear.
cast iron. Super hot.
Just a sear. Bop, bop,
Just a
1 minute,
sear.
Done.
let me tell you,
I'm getting
when
McDonald's.
he
Yeah.
when he first made this for me, like I quit smoking 3.5 years ago. He first made this for me when I was done eating. It was the first meal I've had in years. I was like, I could use a fucking cigarette, right?
A cigarette and a whiskey.
Yeah.
Get your leg crossed.
Oh my
I have
god.
it. I quit drinking. I have the whiskey balls and the glasses. Woodford Reserve.
When am I coming over? I'm kind of come over. Yeah, that's what.
I love cooking for people.
It's almost cookout season,
You
baby.
can definitely come over.
Yeah, actually, last year for summer, we were cooking out and having practice all the
Ooh.
time. Every single week, cookout, practice.
It'll be the same this year.
Yeah, it will be. Can't kill that tradition.
What's your favorite meal?
What's
My
yours?
favorite, honestly,
Chicken
after
nuggets.
no. After working
Mac
at
and
a
Domino's.
sushi joint being a server, that's if I can have anything, fucking sushi.
Sit.
Anything tuna, salmon, eel, yeah, I'm all about it right now. I can't get away
Sushi,
from it.
Sushi.
I miss sushi.
I
Yeah,
get
it
100 pieces of sushi.
Yes, sushi's and sashimis.
I can throw up and just keep eating.
Yes. And you know what? COVID ruined it. There's a place called Sushi Time here. They did all you could eat sushi for like $20. Oh my gosh, yeah. And then they threw dessert in there and
Oh.
all the appetizers you wanted to. Yeah, it's game over after
Oh,
that.
that sounds good.
Gotta go take a nap.
Then they like roll you out on like a stretcher after you're finished eating.
Oh, put me in the seaweed and just roll me up.
I feel that. I don't think I've ever told this story on Audio Addiction, so you guys get a exclusive. But one of my jobs that I had, like one of my first jobs, like all of us collectively, like we're all good friends, so we went out for sushi at like a similar place, an all you can eat sushi place, and I think there was like 4 or 5 of us, and we all ate like 25 pieces of sushi, like each, and they were like, oh, you want some like ice cream afterwards, and like we were all full, but like who's gonna say no to like red bean ice cream or like green tea ice cream? So I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. So we ate that, and we all looked like we were just all like this, like just like walking out, like we were just like this, like what? Bobbing, and like I was like driving home because it was like I think it was like 40 minutes away from my house, and I was just like my arm was out, my chair was leaned all the way back, I had like some good tunes on, and I was just like, if I literally just drive off into a ravine, like if I die this way, I'll be happy, you know. If it's the way to go out, that's the way to go out, you know.
All right. I gotta say, the first time I took my girlfriend out to a sushi joint, it was the all you can eat, and she was very embarrassed because I got her so full she had to unbutton her pants.
don't know how. I honestly don't know. I feel like your girlfriend. I'm gonna get like hate messages on my like fucking Facebook wall.
She'll take it out on me. It's okay.
But then she'll come find out that I interviewed you and that I like egged you on to tell the story, and now I'm fucked. So thank you. I'm gonna get like some fucking like dumb. I'm gonna be like, you want to see this bass player ever again? And then you have like one of your fingers in a bag or some shit.
And that's how you get chained up.
That's how he gets chained up and plays all the riffs.
I'm done. You guys figured out the origin story. That's all I need to hear. We're done with the interview. I'm gonna head out. All right, see you guys later. Like, no, that's awesome. So I'm glad you guys are all foodies. You know, I feel part of Cotter now. You know, just being a foodie lover. But the next question, guys, keeping it music related because that's what you're here for. If you were to have a guest feature on your next record and a dream producer you'd want to work with on a collaborative effort, who would you want to have on your team?
That's a good one.
For vocals, I'd say freaking Jason Lancaster. He's so good. He's so good at everything.
If we're just talking vocals,
It could be anything. It doesn't have to necessarily be vocals.
honestly, I'm gonna fuck up his name. What's the lead singer's name from Streetlight?
It's okay.
Yeah,
Thomas Kalnoky.
Kalnoky. Yeah, I was gonna say
Thomas
so was his
Kalnoky.
last name. But yeah, what a songwriter.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, very very talented person.
Yeah.
Fred Mascherino on the guitar
Ooh,
would be a good one.
I would agree.
Death Claw. I don't know what you listen to.
Not Dead Clock. It's not Dead Clock.
Olivia.
Olivia, there you go.
Olivia?
Olivia.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
Songs.
Like your number.
All
Call
harmonics.
me your inspiration.
Oh, you fucking oh my god, I can't remember. Adler from Limit God?
Yeah.
Is that
Dude,
who it was?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like one of my all-time
Yeah.
favorites. Just shred on one of our heavier songs. Just get shown up so bad. That'd be awesome.
All right, guys, have a good night. That's it for me.
But honestly, like one of those crazy like technical dudes, like from like Bolivia, like have the drummer come and just like fuck some shit up in 7/8, like 9 different tones, like
Yeah.
or like in a fantasy land, Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater, will, like arrange something like totally like pop punk but with a crazy arrangement. It'd be really awesome.
Just to throw a wrench into things, I would love to write a song with Zach Condon of Beirut.
Ooh,
Their
that would
time
be-
signatures,
Travis
like the
Barker.
whole thing.
That
is just
would be
Honestly, yes.
That is better.
Yeah, Travis Barker.
Yeah.
Sweet. I think Kyle, you'd be off the guitar if you played with him. No way. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not watching where Travis Barker's playing. So that's fair.
I feel like that's accurate. Also, he's in like 20 bands, so that's also fair too. So,
Is he
Yeah,
the voice for MGK?
Yeah,
I'd want to co-write a song with
Also,
Robert
Post
Smith. That
Malone,
would be a
so
dream.
he's covered.
You need to play with Lil Wayne. He plays with a bunch of
Yeah.
rappers.
Just to write a song with Robert, just like he doesn't even have to be a part of the final. Just writing the song with him, like that would. Robert Smith. From The Cure.
Oh, okay.
I would agree. These are all great answers. I would love to hear. I feel like out of the choices, I feel like Polyphia would be the most mind-numbing one, just because I feel like why would you have like a shred guitar like solo on a pop punk record, but like why not? So like I don't know if they've done that already, but it would be sick.
To be fair, why don't we have a shredding bassist on a pop punk record?
You already do though.
Yeah.
We're already in that realm.
We worked
Yeah.
together.
You're like shred pop punk with a
Next thing you know, we're gonna be doing some math rock with the blast beats just in the background. Everyone's gonna be going crazy.
there we go. You're gonna have like the most progressive pop punk record I don't think the world's ever seen. But next question, guys. If there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Violin.
Yeah, I would also say piano.
Saxophone or trumpet?
Ooh.
Saxophone.
Saxophone.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I picked up a sax and I was playing for about 10 minutes, and my friend who's very excellent, who was in my other band with me, and he was the #1 chair at OSU in the jazz. concert, and he was teaching me. He said, "You have great tone, and you just picked it up 5 minutes ago. If I see a cheap sax, I'm buying it for you, and you can pay me back later." I was like, "Down with it, down with it." Yeah. And it has to be a baritone one, not a bari, but a tenor.
Ooh,
Tenor one.
nice, yeah.
Gets that nice growl in there.
Honestly, yeah, classical instrument. I think you said violin. Like, oh my god,
Violin
I love
is
classical music, and like
Yes.
some of those people have like such a mastery, such beauty. Like to mix it up with like all the rock and metal, just to
Yeah.
like make someone cry on my violin.
That's what I do.
Like, yeah.
Well, I was gonna. For me, it's either piano or violin. You guys said piano. Like violin is one of those things that when it's done well, like it just.
It's amazing.
Oh my god.
You instant cry.
The piano, or like a stand-up one of the cello.
Yeah,
Double bass?
cello. Yeah,
Or
cello bass.
Cellos, I think, just can be so
Yeah,
beautiful.
they're very
sometimes.
nice.
Yeah.
With a bow.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the bow,
Yeah.
yeah. I tried to play one time, and I was like, "This should be like guitar." It was like, I was like, "Oh no!"
Well, anyway, Cotter is going to be like like the Vitamin String Quartet next time we talk. So very very excited for that. The transition from pop punk to classical music. All about it. So not clickbait, but anyway. Next question, guys. A personal favorite of mine because I'm a nerd and I love asking it. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Oh, you got a whole bunch of fucking nerds right in here.
Oh, perfect question then.
Be any video game character?
Was the ball from golf an answer?
I can't believe you fucking said that.
Bro, challenge me in putt.
Wait,
yeah, I was gonna say, do you play golf?
You play golf?
I do, yeah.
Oh, let's go!
That's why I was like, I can't believe he said this shit.
Hold on. No, like this happened the other night. The girl I'm talking to was over, and she's like, we're just playfully talking shit, and then she goes, "I'll kick your ass in putt putt," and I was like, "You do what?"
Not golf it, bitch.
She was like, "Let's go, load up golf it right now. Let's do this."
And max out my GPU.
No, but a serious answer for me, Leon S. Kennedy from
Ooh.
Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil 4?
All of them.
Why? He lives a hellish life at all times.
So do
He
I.
lives in hell. He's almost murdered at
And
every moment.
he's sad as fuck constantly. Yeah,
That-
His whole
yeah.
life is amazing to survive.
he's amazing. He's amazing.
I'd be the chick from Portal 2.
Ooh,
Much.
Yeah,
That's
Okay.
my favorite game of all time. And I like solving puzzles.
I do too. That was a great game.
I would agree.
Also-
Yeah.
From like a power fantasy standpoint, part of me wants to be Kratos and just kill everything. Like, fuck with me, you're 10,000 times my size, I will rip your eyes out.
That's actually very accurate. Yeah.
By the way, like I think like being Mario would be stressful. Things were always going to shit, and it's always his problem. And she's always
your girl gets taken away from you all the time. Like yeah.
I'm Bowser because every time he beats me, I'm like, God, Joe bitch again. I got 900 new castles for you to deal with. Sounds like a dream.
Stop.
For me, I would say Cloud Stripe, Final Fantasy VII.
That's big.
Okay.
Damn, dude, that's funny.
Love Triangle Light.
I just replayed that game. I just beat it like 4 days ago.
Ooh.
Yeah, OG one, 97. Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just the turmoil of that character, I think is really good. It's like, I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't played that game from '97. But
No, I'm in the middle of it.
oh, all right, I won't do
I'm
it.
in the middle of it.
I was totally gonna cut to like totally not say the shit.
Anyways, I'll say great character development. Like his character development and the turmoil that he goes through as a character is one of my favorites.
Also,
On that same
big
vibe,
ass sword.
Other than
the Buster Sword.
Yeah,
I want a Buster Sword.
other than Leon Kennedy, Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
You're right.
Sora.
I was gonna say my little.
Yes! Oh, let's go!
You know the vibes.
I just want to be Claptrap because he's so fucking funny and so stupid. And
He's fucked up all the time again, though.
yeah, but he's always around. Like he always makes it through. Like you have to have Claptrap because he's
Yeah, he's just a Donkey Kong villain. He's just like a donkey. He's like Goomba.
he's great.
All right,
I would be Claptrap.
What do you got?
Honestly, I was going to counter him, and I was going to say I would rather be Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I almost said Sephiroth. I really did.
Yeah, I was
Those
going
were
to
my-
say.
yeah.
I mean, he's just the ultimate villain. I feel like, and I don't know. I feel like Cloud's pretty basic. Yeah.
I think the real answer would be sit in your tower because
Or,
fucking do nothing.
I was going to go super basic and
All right.
just say Master Chief from Halo, but I was like, that's too boring.
We're gonna go on
for your game is coming.
We're gonna go on forever because I already want to say the courier from New Vegas, so we have to keep moving.
Well, listen, I appreciate your guys' dedication to video games as much as I do.
I appreciate that you play golfing.
Yes, I gotta get one more. If you want to be in the hellscape all the time but have fun, Doom Guy.
Yeah.
He's one of the ultimate badass that's ever been.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Doom Guy, on point. But love your answers. We're going to move past it because, listen, I could spend like 7 hours talking about video games. And I just need to make a separate channel just about video games exclusively. But the next question, guys, you're here for music, so we're going to ask you another music-related question. If you guys were to compile a dream tour lineup, who would be on it? Obviously, your band would be on it. And to make it more interesting, each one of you pick a band, and that is your lineup.
Oh man, I'm dope.
I got an answer right away. And honestly, just to fit the style, Alkaline Trio all day. I'd love to tour with Alkaline Trio.
4 years strong.
4 years strong.
Their newest
Yeah.
so good. It like gives me chills constantly. Like I want chills. Like I listened to the album, it was like, do I cry or do I like blown away? And they're right in the genre. Oh, badass. Yeah.
Say Mayday. Mayday Parade.
Microwave.
Thank you, Maxon.
Ooh.
This is a badass lineup. Like,
This is a contender for me because I've never seen them play a show. I don't know if they're ever going to play a show again. It's Hot Water Music.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's a
Hot
good
Water
one.
Music.
Yeah. I'm about this lineup. So if you guys want to see that happen, make sure to, go on the internet, go on Twitter, make sure to tag all those people, and then tag Cotter, and then just make it happen. I believe in you, so you can do it. I have full faith that this tour could happen in insert year here. So make sure it happens. I don't want to be proven wrong. So quicker you make it happen, the better. And I'm sure they would appreciate it greatly. So get on that. Next question, guys. Another fun one. Favorite TV show, favorite movie?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. TV show.
That's a contender.
Hands down.
It's up there.
Favorite movie? You know what? Honestly, like it's kind of recent, but I think I let the theater blown away most by Parasite. Like,
Ooh,
I
yeah,
saw
that was great. Fantastic.
And my me from each other goes like, "That's gonna win an Oscar, right? Like, was that like the best movie you've seen in a decade?" So
I haven't seen
easy
it.
I would
for
agree.
me.
I would agree.
So,
I'll have to watch it.
It's good.
Is it like sci-fi?
no, it's like class. It's like a weird class.
We
warfare
could talk
story.
about it later. We can talk about it later. We have all the practices. I would probably go, for me, up there, just off the top of my head, Good Will Hunting. I
Ooh.
love Good Will Hunting. And my favorite TV show, hands down, bar none, The Sopranos. The
Ooh.
Sopranos. Hands down. Dude, it's the best TV show of all fucking time.
I hate the ending.
I watched 40 hours, and then there were 2 seconds I didn't like. Trash.
The writer was afraid to
No, he
make
wasn't.
it end.
All right,
He didn't want to
we
ruin
can do this later.
I feel like I'm the catalyst for many fights within your band now, and I'm sorry for that.
It would be a toss-up between Garden State because it's amazing soundtrack and the Goonies. But I feel like being in a pop punk band saying the Goonies just is kind of basic, but it's true. TV show Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes.
That's my
yes.
favorite. Like, definitely.
Anime.
Ka?
TV show is Game of Thrones. Pretty easy for me. Even though the last season was a bit lackluster. It's the first 5 seasons were fantastic.
Great ass
Some of the best dialogue of any show I've ever watched.
Really good TV.
And then movie's tougher. I don't watch a lot of movies, but rewatch. Honestly, National Treasure, Nick Cage.
That's great.
Oh,
I could watch that movie like 100 times in a row and not get bored of it.
Is it wrong to say that I love Nicolas Cage?
Dude, I would
like,
so...
Even the bad stuff, like I do not enjoy it.
Okay.
Con Air,
Yeah.
dude, Con Air is so good.
The thing about he's rocking his mullet.
Yeah.
No, he just has full long
Ghost
hair.
Rider, man.
The thing about Goodwill
Yeah,
Hunting
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
is that everybody makes that joke about Goodwill Hunting when he's like, "It's not your fault," and then they're like, "Haha, it's not your fault." But I'm sitting there like on the couch, I'm like, "Will, it's not your fault," and then I cry. I'm like, "Guys, it's not your fault." Oh my god, it's so good.
I got a lot of contenders for my favorite TV shows. But if I have to put them in order, it's
Had
going
to
to
pick
be
one.
One.
One. You got one option. No.
There's no battles, just pick one.
Simpsons or Community. They're like,
Ooh, okay.
Simpsons, it's just like childhood, but Community, it has the cult following that I just love, and it's actually like they have a Nicolas Cage episode. You guys gotta watch it. It's hysterical.
Okay.
It's great. Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay.
And then for movies, oh man, what's a good movie that I just watched? Oh, The Terminal. The movie The Terminal and Stranger Than Fiction, and The Truman Show. Those two shows. Yeah. They were ahead of their time. I can't.
Pick one. Here's
He's
three.
He's 52 years old, by the way.
I am.
Dude, when we have to pay for things as a band, it's like, all right, everybody Venmo me, and Ethan's like, how do I get on the PayPal?
I want to break some news right here.
It's like,
I have Zelle.
No.
That doesn't help us. None of us choose that.
somebody was clapping, so I just decided to feel like, inclusive.
Oh, that's 4. Yeah, that's 4 out of 5. Zach, catch up now.
Grandpa Ethan.
Okay, all right, next question.
Next question, guys. If you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one record you could bring with you to listen to, what would it be?
Porn sounds.
What?
I didn't even hear the question.
Also, what kind of porn?
One record on the island.
One record? Yeah, there's one record to bring on a desert island. That's all you have.
He's gone again.
Porter Robinson
I'm
World.
out of here.
That was too on the head. That literally was too.
It makes sense. Got real.
It took it real.
Zach's over here like jamming out to Porter Robinson, and Andrew's got his headphones on. It's like Brazilian fart porn. And he's just sitting there.
Show this interview to my mom.
I'll bleep out that part because honestly I'll probably get I'll get low key demonetized for that. So
That's fair.
I don't know. It had to be something chill, right? Like some chill, like relaxing music.
Ganging Up on the Sun by Guster. Front to
Ooh.
back. Just a banger. Front to back.
Lit makes country music now.
Lit makes country music.
no, they don't.
They do.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go look this up after this is over.
Oh wow.
Sometimes like takes you out of Kirby.
Mine, honestly, it'd probably be A Night at the Opera at Queen.
Ooh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that album, it's actually pretty long, and everything on there is just pretty groundbreaking for the time that it was done.
I would agree. Yep.
Yeah.
Part of me like wants to think classical music, but I feel like I become a madman. Like just walking around like doing stuff.
Much love.
No way, way too sad. Yeah, I'd be like full like in a ball depressive on the side of the beach. Waiting for my
Yeah,
rescue.
the idea is to survive.
Hope sign on the beach would be a different sign for something else.
Yeah.
Help me emotionally.
It's just a help me sign made out of tears.
Every day.
You guys are trying to have like a Green Arrow transformation on that island. With your sadness. Arrow's so good.
What about you, Kyle?
Mine would be Master of Puppets, Metallica.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Candidly, the reason that I got into like guitar or any music with the guitar, I really only listened to like Backstreet Boys and like very basic, like when I was like 10, 12, I had no music taste. And somebody bought me Master of Puppets for my birthday, and I took it to a Washington D.C. field trip. And his only CD. I had a Walkman, and it was the only CD I took with me. So I listened to the whole thing front to back for like 4 days straight,
over and over.
and then came back, and I was like, I like rock and roll a lot. And that was it. That was it.
Honestly, like when I was first learning guitar, it was like failing to play Lamb of God was way too hard, but playing a bunch of Metallica, like early Metallica stuff, it's like challenging but like possible, but right.
It's just out of reach, you know. Like
I started out playing a bunch of Bush. That's where my guitar started.
My parents had someone clean their house, and he apparently had a CD player, and he left his CD, and it was Violator by Depeche Mode. So I'm like,
fucking low-key rich ass guy.
I grew up poor as hell. But no, like, so I found this cracked CD, and it still worked. And I was like 12, listening to like, nothing matters. Nothing matters. Here's some synth. Yeah, nothing matters. Nothing matters. I'm like, oh yeah, I can get into this.
Oof. I love your choices, guys. If I have to be a little biased, Queen is like one of my favorite bands of all time. So I feel like either that or Metallica, like those two, you know, they tug at the heartstrings. So I feel that. But the last thing, guys, I've been asking a lot of bands this as of recently. What do you want people who have somehow made their way through this entire interview in one piece, which God bless you if you've made it this far and are still alive. That's awesome. Thank you for watching. But what we love you. And what do you want people to take away from Cotter? Like people that are new fans that are like, man, these guys are great. They're funny. Their music's cool. You know, I want to hear like the humanoid bass player, like all that sort of shit. Like, what do you want people to kind of take away from your band Cotter?
So what we have released right now, and I mean, if anyone wants to add into this, totally fair. But I think I speak for all of us. When it comes to our EP, we tried to be as dynamic as possible. There's party songs on there. There's earworms on there. There's a heartbreak song on there. There's the slow song. There's a song about getting fucked up and staying up all night. Like, that's what Chicago Handshake is. Yeah. Like,
I thought that was Blackout.
Yeah.
Fucking Blackout.
Yeah, that's
all right. So there's some drum songs on there.
Yeah, but is you know that you know there's a wide range of emotions going on, and that when people, first off, that we might have something for you, and if we don't, we have something in the pipes. And second off, that if you are feeling a certain way and you find our music, you're not alone. There's other people out there. We're out there, like, you know, and sometimes shit's great and we listen to Blackout, and then sometimes you want to kill yourself, so you listen to Cigarettes and Razor. That's just what happens.
Some of our, I'd say a lot of our new music, one of the songs in particular I wrote when I was in the middle of a really big anxiety attack, and that was like the only thing I could really do to kind of like straighten my head out, was to just put some shit down. And so like a lot of our music really deals with things that we've experienced firsthand. You know, these are our personal experiences. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd say some of our new stuff is, you know, personal experiences with, you know, depression, anxiety, you know, toxic relationships, addiction, all of those things. Like, you know, I'm trying to take the things that weren't maybe the best in our lives and turn it into something good and turn it into something positive. Mm-hmm. And so that way maybe other people who may be dealing with those things as well can be like, hey, yeah, I can relate to this, but I'm hopeful because look at what this band is doing.
Other people feel it.
Yeah.
And it's a promise as a band that we'll never write anything that doesn't have like real emotion backing behind it. We're not just like,
on the flip side of it all, though, it's like these two are great, like story writers, like great lyricists. They love to put it together with the soul.
I'd agree. Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of it's kind of like sadder, like that kind of like side of the lyrics, but it's paired with a really fun time. Like I think it's like our unspoken mission statement. It's like kind of a sadder end story, but we're gonna give it to you in a fun version. And it's really fun to play along to and sing to and jam, and you'll feel at the same time. And it kind of feels like that's the ground we're trying to strike.
Yeah, no, I feel that with your band as well. Like it's like, you know, I feel like pop punk does that pretty well just generally, but I felt like your guys' stuff like at least stuck out to me to the point where I was like, you know, like pop punk music's fun with a smile, you know, but then like I'm like when you dig deeper, like there's a lot of like personal shit and like stuff that obviously like I've experienced, and like you can find correlations and like ways to grow and almost be like strengthened by it, and knowing that, like you said, other people deal with this shit, and that you're not alone, and that it makes a difference in people's lives. And I gotta give you guys credit for kind of riding that line of like fun stuff that you can listen to, but then also be like, if you dig deeper into it, you get a lot more meaning out of it. And I feel like a lot of bands within the scene do it very well. And I would definitely add you guys to that list of bands that I think do both of those things well in parallel.
Thanks, dude.
I guess
Thanks so much.
the last thing that I'd say for anybody listening or watching through this is that there's a lot of really good like unsigned underground artists in there, especially in this scene. I've had an opportunity to connect with a lot of them on social media, and like it's like I feel like we work hard, but I see all these other bands and they're working just as hard as we are, if not harder. And there's a lot of really good stuff out there. So dig into your own local music scene. Support the guys that are doing the same as what we're doing, like in your own hometown. And
it is fun. It's personal.
That's what I would say. Like seek that out in your own area as well, because there's a lot of good stuff you'll find.
I also think that's like a part of my ethos on this channel is like to find bands that are really like fucking doing the work. It's not an easy industry. We probably don't make money like we should, of course, but I think like what draws me into it and what always excites me about having different bands on here specifically is just like you guys have a drive to do it, you have passion to do it, you want other people to like feel the way that you feel in certain aspects and kind of learn from it, or like to understand that other people experience the same things. And so it's, at least I think for myself, like it's my purpose to try to find people that are just doing this shit and they like want to be found out. And like it's a tough road to follow, but I hope that if anything, people watch this and are like, wow, these guys are great, and hopefully stick around to this end part where we're actually being a little a smidge bit serious, and I think that the biggest takeaway from, at least from this band Cotter, like is just the honesty of it, but also like kind of bring it in a more palatable way that like people can understand. And so again, I know I already said it earlier, but I have to commend you guys for it, because it's really cool. And like, again, thanks for being part of the community here, because I'm sure there's other bands out here that I'm gonna probably find through you guys, which I'm very stoked about.
What was the motto you said? If it's not fun, we're not going to do it.
Facts.
Amen. And on that note, speaking of which, obviously you want to talk about your band, so I'm going to give you time to, plug people where they can find you at, what you guys got coming up. If you want to talk about, older releases, whatever you want, this is your time. So tell people where they can find you.
All right. So you can find us at cottersucks.com. That has all of our links. That has everything, like to our merch that we no longer have because we sold out all of that.
Sick.
So all of our fans who did that for us. But you can find everything, including like the lyrics to all of our stuff. Everything's on that website. All of our social medias, and so that's cottersucks.com. Let's see, we're getting ready to, at the end of this month, we've got 2 3-day weekends back to back of going to the studio with a guy named Jacob Mooney. He's currently working with bands like Air and Zoo Trippin'. That's a big one around here. And,
band here,
so we're really, really excited to get to work with him. We've got 4 songs that we've been working really hard on, trying to get those ready. And that's pretty much what we have coming next. We've got a few, like our eyeball on some shows, possibly mid to late summer, but we're still trying to figure everything out. We're all working on getting vaccinated and stuff like that. So it just really depends what the scene is going to be like, for any sort of live music around Columbus. But we have some local bands that we're talking to try to get some things going as soon as we can. But it's going to be a hard market because everybody's going to want to play shows.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's,
But also,
the demand's going to be huge.
Also,
That is
the
true.
thing is, everybody's going to want to play a show, but any show we book, everyone wants to get the fuck out.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. Well, I want to.
Yeah, for sure.
Shoot.
Check it out on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
EP's on Spotify as the first 5 songs.
iTunes.
And
iTunes, yeah, Apple Music,
It's
like
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's all the places.
If you stream music from anything, it's on
Very cool. Very cool.
there. Facts.
I'm Napster.
Anyway, guys,
Oh, yeah, we've got 2 music videos on YouTube.
there we go. Awesome.
Live shop music video, cigarettes and razor blades.
Yes. Yes.
There we go. Huge
Shot
shout.
Shot in this house.
Where we go?
Yeah.
Right here.
Right here. Anyway, shout outs to the Pop Punk Network. They were the one who facilitated this. So also shout outs to Zach for sending out the message to me to set this up. So shout outs to you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Everyone better like and subscribe to this fucking video.
Yes.
Video.
Thank you. I'm going to talk about that right now. Guys, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I feel like a fucking old ass YouTuber and asking for that shit. But listen, if you don't fucking ask for it, you're not going to get it.
I want you to annihilate that like button.
Smash it. Smash the like button. Yeah. So anyway, do all that sort of stuff. It would be greatly appreciated. I love all of you dearly. Thank you so much. Again, go check out Cotter if you just want to see like an insane collaboration with Travis Barker and whoever else fucking said shit. Make sure to do that, because specifically Travis Barker, because I feel like, you know, listen, he's in like 20 bands. What's like the 21st band for him? You know, it's just easy for him. So go check them out. Seriously, insane band that, you know, I had the privilege of having here on the channel. So go give them some love. I'll leave all the links in the description where you can find out about them. And again, huge thanks to Cotter for coming on tonight.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you for having us.